No, no. And welcome everyone live here at the Bosch Friday night Tornado basketball. Second time back on the home floor tonight for the Brevard College Tornadoes. Last time on the home floor, a couple of familiar faces that we did not get to see that we'll see for the first time here at home tonight. McKenna Parkins and Olivia Miller both played their first contest of the season in a loss last night against Guilford, but looking to bounce back here tonight in an early season conference matchup between the Brevard College Tornadoes and the Meredith College Avenging Angels. A matchup that really doesn't have a whole lot of history. We'll talk about that more here in just a few minutes. But the Tornadoes, once again, for the second time at home early on this season, just before we head off for Thanksgiving break. And just a reminder also that the men's Tornadoes are playing Birmingham Southern down in Alabama tonight as well. Men's coming off of a couple losses to start the season off, including to Bob Jones the other night. Tornado women standing at 1-1, looking to make it 2-1 here tonight against Meredith. Here in just a moment, we will be back with the starting lineups as well as some pregame notes, bringing that all to you live here from the Bosch. I am Brady Penn. I will be with you all night here, bringing you Tornado basketball against the Avenging Angels. Back here in just a moment on a Friday night in Brevard. Back here live at the Bosch, Friday night basketball, just about 13 minutes away from tip-off here at the Bosch. Get you started with a little bit of pregame information. Met with Coach Hutt earlier today before the game, and he gave us some of his keys to the game. We'll dive into those, and we'll see what adjustments the Tornadoes have decided they need to make following a loss to a very good Guilford team last night. Coach Hutt's keys to the games: rebound, rebound, and rebound, as well as take care of the ball. I was not present for the game last night in Guilford, but I do know that last week in the season opener / home opener against Bob Jones, the turnovers ended up being a lot more than what Coach Hutt was looking for. So take care of the ball, and then the rebound battle, which the Tornadoes did end up winning soundly against Bob Jones. Not sure what the story was last night. Defend without fouling. It's another big thing for Coach Hutt and his squad. Coach Hutt obviously, well, not obviously, most of you probably were not able to tune in, played a smaller lineup last night, not in terms of size, but in terms of who all got into the ball game. I believe it was only 8 Tornadoes that got into the game last night, so not a deep bench at all. And obviously, defending without fouling lends itself more to that than vice versa. And be tough to play against. That's always a key that we get from Coach Hutt, is be tough to play against, be gritty. And Coach Hudson knows the players that he has, including players like China Pouncey, Jada Petty-Wilkins, Michaela Street, that will come off the bench and kind of set that tone, kind of play with that heart, that grit. Exactly what Coach Hudson is looking for. So as we get ready to take on the Meredith Avenging Angels, let's go ahead and take a look at the history of the matchup between these two teams. It's not a long history. The matchup just started last season. The Tornadoes 1-1 last year against Meredith. They, again, started this matchup last season once the conference realigned. So Meredith is a conference foe. First conference matchup of the season. The last matchup was a loss for Brevard, 62-49 against Meredith on February 4th of 2023. And the first matchup was won by the Tornadoes, 56-43 at Meredith almost a year ago today, November 19th, 2022. Tornadoes on the season sitting at 1-1 after falling last night to Guilford. Guilford, a team that went 20-6 last season and beat Greensboro, who came out on top, obviously, in the USA South, the Tornadoes Conference last year. So Guilford, a formidable opponent, and no shame in falling to them, especially this early in the season, in a game that saw McKenna Parkins and Olivia Miller both making their season debuts. Before that, the Tornadoes, just over a week ago, beat Bob Jones here in this same building by 20 in the season opener, 80-60. That was win number 75 on the Brevard College coaching career of head coach Donald Hudson. Tornadoes looking to get win number 76 for Coach Hutt as we are getting things started here in the 2023-2024 campaign. Back here in just a few moments, just under 10 minutes away from tip-off, we will be back with the starting fives for both sides, Tornadoes and Angels, coming up here in just a few moments. Back here at the Bosch, about 5.5 minutes until tip. Wanted to bring you the starting lineups for both sides. We will start off with the Meredith Avenging Angels. Starting things off, number 5, Barisha Jones, the junior guard, 5'7", out of Jacksonville, Florida. Number 13, Piper Carrier, the senior guard, 5'2", also out of Jacksonville, Florida. Number 21, Danae Hawkins, a sophomore guard, 5'5", out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Number 23, Deja Morgan, a senior guard, 5'7", out of Raleigh, North Carolina. And rounding out the 5, number 34, Danica Ray, senior forward, 5'10", out of Albemarle, North Carolina. A lot of experience in this starting 5. All but one of the starting 5 are upperclassmen, and 3 of the 5 seniors for the Meredith Avenging Angels. Let's take a look at the Brevard College starting 5. Number 15, Josie Hester, to start things off, has had 2 very impressive performances to start off her tornado career. Josie, a junior guard, 5'9", out of Cornelius, North Carolina, transferred over here from UVA Wise. Number 10, Olivia Miller, sophomore forward, 5'10", out of Hudson, North Carolina. Olivia, the reigning USA South Rookie of the Year, came in and had a good performance last night in the loss with 14 points and 11 rebounds. A double-double to start the year off for Olivia Miller. Number 50, Nalia Boyce, the junior center, 6 foot, out of Marion, North Carolina. Followed up by number 5, Lexi Shepard, the junior guard, 5'2", out of Summerville, South Carolina. And rounding out the 5, number 4, China Pouncey, the senior guard, 5'7", out of Dillon, South Carolina. So similar to Meredith, a experienced group that has been playing together for a while, save for Josie Hester, who just came over here to Brevard. Olivia Miller, only a sophomore, but the other 3 juniors that have been playing together, China Pouncey, actually a senior, Lexi Shepard, Nalia Boyce. These players have been together for a long time, and it's obviously starting to show a little bit of improvement every year. Have won a playoff game in the USA South Tournament each of the past 2 seasons. Looking for more this year in year 8 under Coach Donald Hudson, who is assisted by Miss Annalie Bollinger. About 3 minutes to go until the tip. We will bring it back here in just a moment for the national anthem and the invocation. And then it'll be time for some Tornado basketball. NATO's looking for their 2nd victory of the season here on their home floor at the Bosch. Back here in just a moment. Don't go anywhere, folks. Tornado basketball coming right up. There you have it, folks, the anthem, the starting lineups, and now it is time to play ball. The Tornadoes 1-1 on the year, fell last night at Guilford. A quick turnaround here, back on their home floor against the Meredith Avenging Angels, a team that, once again, as we mentioned in the pregame show, the Nados have only seen twice, and both came last year following the realignment of the USA South Conference in basketball as well as a few other sports. And now here comes matchup number 3. It'll be Olivia Miller going up for the tip against Deja Morgan. And Olivia Miller has it, gives it off to Josie Hester, and now she'll give it to Lexi Shepard. Moving quickly, China Pouncey on the left wing. Lexi Shepard has it, directing inside, gives to Miller up top. Olivia to her left, picks up her dribble, goes over to China Pouncey. Down low on the left side, Nalia Boyce picks up a double team, and now they are going to say Nalia stepped out of bounds. Nalia doesn't seem too bothered, smile on her face early on here in this contest, and now a whistle blows, and the referee telling Deja Morgan he was not ready for her to inbound that ball. He's ready now, and she gives it to Danica Ray. Now Carrier. Guarded by Josie Hester, Piper Carrier, senior guard. Still looking for something, letting the possession go a little bit deep before she gets anything off. Deja Morgan now guarded by Miller. Going to pull a long two, can't hit, can't get any of the rim. Straight off the glass. Shepard pass down the court, intercepted by Deja Morgan. Morgan gives to Carrier. So 2 early turnovers for the Tornadoes here. Carrier guarded by Hester. Goes around a screen. Gives it up to Ray up top. Danica Ray looking for somebody. Gives it to Hawkins. Hawkins back to Carrier. Directing traffic, 11 on the shot clock. Hester guarding up. Carrier going to pull a 3. Cannot hit. A bit strong there. Rebound fought for. Ball on the ground. China Pouncey tangled up. And now, I believe it may be a foul. And no, a jump ball possession arrow will stay with Meredith. And now Carrier to inbound here from the baseline. Deep pass up top to Morgan, guarded by Miller. Gives to Ray inside, trying to bully her way to the basket, and does. Off the glass here against the Nalia Boyce. Lexi picked up in a trap, gets through the defenders. 3 defenders on her now, goes inside, pass to Boyce. Boyce looking around, Pouncey, right side, up top, back to Lexi Shepard. Miller thinks about the 3, now gives to Hester. Hester gonna pull the 3 herself, can't hit, bit strong, rebound off the fingertips of China Pouncey, and Carrier has it. Gives to the right, Deja Morgan, right back to Carrier. Gets a screen from Ray, goes around it to the left. Another screen from Morgan, now picked up by Pouncey up top. Now down low, pass intercepted, knocked away by Nalia Boyce. Here comes Lexi Shepard. 2-0 Meredith, about 2 minutes in. Lexi moves to the left, just in front of the Meredith bench. Shepard, Boyce in the high post, gives it back to Lexi. Mid-range jumper, no good. Everything missing a bit strong so far for the Nados. Carrier gets the pass, was a little bit unsuspecting, but corrals it. Carrier has a little bit of a crease. She won't take it. Goes around 2 screens from Morgan and Ray. Now Ray cuts to the backside. Hawkins has it back to Carrier. 12 on the shot clock. Left side, Deja Morgan. Now Jones. Pass to Hawkins. Hawkins free throw line jumper. No good. That one too strong. Everybody with a little bit too much muscle on their shots so far. Shepard goes between 2 defenders. Free throw line. Pass off to Pouncey. The basket is good. Off the window. And that's how our scoring will start tonight for the Tornadoes. Pass to Ray, trying to get position. Pouncey going for the ball on a foul. China Pouncey a bit too eager there, and they'll charge her with a foul. First team foul for the Tornadoes. And in comes number 25, Marley Beam. Carrier, pass to Deja Morgan, right back to Carrier in the corner, fires and hits. A tray ball there for Piper Carrier. She's got her first basket. Shepard, pass over to Pouncey, left wing. Boyce, free throw line, right side Hester. Able to bring it in, fires up another 3, can't hit that one. Rebound China Pouncey, pass to Shepard from the left side. Goes in, puts it up, and fouled. So Lexi will get 2 shots from the stripe here. Foul will go against Deja Morgan. First foul against the Avenging Angels, and in comes number 14, Emma Lodge. She'll get Danica Ray out. Lodge, a junior out of Sanford, North Carolina, as Lexi Shepard prepares for her first free throw. Lexi knocks down the first. It's about 3.5 minutes into this one. And Lexi knocks them both down. A fruitful trip to the line. And now Carrier going to try and push the tempo. 2-on-1 for Meredith. Morgan goes inside, pass over the head of Boyce, and now Lodge tries to save it and cannot. Tornado basketball here, a turnover as Meredith tried to move quick. Shepard over to Josie Hester. Picked up by Carrier. Now Lexi right on the BC logo. Ranges to her left. Gives to Hester. Miller up top, right side. Lexi, pass to the right corner. Nalia Boyce. Long pass over to Hester. Goes inside, puts it up. Can't get anything through the contact. No whistle, and the rebound there by Beam. Carrier over to Deja Morgan on the left wing, picked up by China Pouncey. Puts a move on China, goes inside, trying to get position, fires one up, can't hit, air ball. Rebound Lexi Shepard, racing up the court, 3-on-3. Shepard, free throw line, Jay, no good. Rebound China Pouncey, her second offensive board. Josie Hester for 3, in and out. Beam with the rebound, Carrier, another deep pass, this time to Lodge. Picks up her dribble, looks for Carrier, right wing. Going inside, working on Hester. Puts it up, stripped, and a foul. Josie Hester doesn't like the call. And it will be a shooting foul, so 2 free throws coming here for Carrier. And now McKenna Parkins and Michaela Street will come in for the first time in this one. McKenna Parkins coming straight off of volleyball season, a dual sport athlete here at Brevard. You see her on the low block. Suffered a elbow injury during volleyball season as Carrier knocks down the first free throw. Wasn't sure if she'd be able to go right away, but stepped into the lineup game number 2 last night against Guilford and back in here once again. Not starting quite yet, the all-conference player from last year, as Carrier knocks them both down. But getting into the groove of things as she gets the basketball. Fires one into Miller in a tight window. 3-on-1. Behind the back pass. Olivia Miller. What a dime from number 10, who had a double-double last night. Gets her night started with a behind-the-back dazzling pass to Josie Hester. Up top, Lodge gives to Carrier. Coming around, it is Jones. Loses the basketball. Street going for it. She's on the ground in pain. Gets up. Holding the right part of her leg, firing up a 3. Carrier, too strong. Rebound Deja Morgan, goes up and can't finish, goes up again and can this time. A whistle called and looks like a media timeout coming here. Tornadoes trailing by 3, just about 5 minutes into this one. Seen a couple of impressive plays so far on both sides, including a dime from Olivia Miller just a moment ago. We'll take a quick break. 9-6, Meredith leading here in the first. Back out of the media timeout. Tornadoes trailing by 3 with the ball early on here. 9-6 Meredith lead in the first. Jada Petty-Wilkins checked in for the Nados, as well as number 30, Emma Babber. Babber, perhaps. We'll get clarification on the pronunciation when we can. And that'll be a violation. Tornadoes did not get the ball up the court fast enough. And another turnover here already for the Nados. Third in the first quarter here for Brevard. And one of the points of emphasis for Coach Hudson before the game was to not turn the ball over. Obviously, that's always one, but important here tonight. As he pointed out, a miss there from Lodge, and now a foul against Deja Morgan. Got a little bit too close to Josie Hester. It'll be Deja Morgan's second foul already here in the first, and she will have a seat as Morgan Bellamy checks in here. And Tornadoes will have the ball once again. Olivia Miller gives in to Lexi Shepard. Meredith not coming with as much pressure at the moment. McKenna gets it just inside the three-point line. Going to fire it up and just miss. Nearly had the shooter's roll. Instead, a rebound there for Beam. And now Carrier, who's still yet to come out early on, about 6 minutes in. Has the basketball, goes around a screen. Lexi stays with her. Around another screen. Lexi's still there. Knocks the ball up in the air and a foul. Man, they are not letting the Tornado defense play right now. Tornadoes playing aggressive defense and getting punished for it thus far. Inbound here to Carrier. Goes around a screen from Lodge. Now gives to Lodge. Lodge thinks about the three and now a travel. So some sloppy turnovers so far from both teams. As Lexi gonna try and get through the trap, looking for a pass, gets it off to Miller. Olivia gonna take it inside, pass now into the corner. Josie Hester, she's tripped up, and now a foul against Babber. Or Baber, correct, Baber. Apologies if Miss Baber's family is watching. Number 10, Paris Bethea will check in. As Olivia Miller will inbound from just in front of the Meredith bench. Lexi Shepard into the left corner, Josie Hester. Back to Lexi, looks for Jada Petty-Wilkins up top, who goes to the right side. Miller, long two, off to the left. No good. Tornadoes in a scoring drought right now. Bellamy brings it up the floor, now gives to Bethea. Paris Bethea, the freshman, getting some minutes here in this early season conference matchup. Tries to get by Jada Petty-Wilkins, puts it up too strong. Rebound Olivia Miller, had 11 last night. Long pass by Olivia is going to be out of the reach of McKenna Parkins, and Olivia maybe a little bit too aggressive on the pass there. Michaela Street back in, seems to be fine. We saw her clutching at that right leg moments ago, but back in there and good to go. Number 44, Caitlin Lee is checked in now for Meredith, another freshman. 6'3" forward out of Garner, North Carolina. As Bethea brings it up. Baber working on Hester, gets a screen, goes inside, puts it up, and another foul. Fourth foul already against the Tornadoes here in the first. And Emma Baber will have 2 free throws. Baber's first free throw is off, a bit short and to the right. Still a 9-6 ball game. Both teams have gone about 2.5 minutes without scoring. Alexis Marshall getting ready to check in for Brevard. And Baber knocks in that one. So in comes Marshall. She'll get Josie Hester out. Josie's first time heading to the bench tonight. An early 10-6 lead for Meredith as McKenna inbounds to Jada Petty-Wilkins. McKenna back to Jada. Avoids the trap, gives to Boyce. McKenna up top, thinks about the three, instead dribbles, gives it to Street. Street gonna charge inside, dumps it off to Boyce, can't handle it, ball on the ground, they fight for it, and a jump ball. The possession arrow will go the Tornadoes' way, so they will retain possession here with 2:42 remaining in the first. 10-6 Meredith lead. Jada Petty-Wilkins to inbound here from the baseline. Jada, Street, 3-ball, pure! Michaela Street gets in on the scoring early on here with a tray ball. (10-9) ball game here, just under 2.5 remaining in the first. Bethea knocked away. Michaela Street starting to get it going here late in the first. Inbound coming here from Bellamy. Looking for somebody, and it'll be a timeout for Meredith. Couldn't find anyone and didn't want to get a violation. So a 10-9 lead here for Meredith as Coach Donald Hudson will rally the troops and talk to his team here in the timeout. And just a reminder, at halftime, the Pisgah Dance Academy that has been serving Transylvania County for 16 years will be part of the Tornado halftime show. A few dances for them. And another reminder that today marks Arby's Youth Day at the Boschmer Gymnasium. All of us at Brevard welcome our youth in attendance today, including some special guests. Welcome the 4th and 5th graders from the Sidney Platt Boys and Girls Club. Thank you for being here, and thank you, Arby's. Arby's Youth Night here at the Bosch. Tornadoes trailing by a point with 2:24 to go. Back out of the timeout here, it'll be Bellamy to inbound. Bellamy still can't find anybody. Looking, gets it off just in time to Bethea. Bethea gives down low. Going inside, Lee, pass back over to Bellamy, puts up a mid-range, no good, can't find anything there. Michaela Street with a rebound, she'll hustle up the floor. Coming up the middle of the floor, turns around, looking, Petty-Wilkins, 3-ball of her own, knocks it down. Jada Petty-Wilkins and a couple of 3-balls here for the Tornadoes have them back out in front, 12-10 with just under 2 minutes to go. Baber crossing left to right, working on Marshall, puts it up, and a travel. She did get the basket, but was called for the walk. Baber will come away empty-handed. Hawkins will check back in. Danae Hawkins, as well as number 3, Skylar Wade. Petty-Wilkins will bring it up, trying to avoid a trap, gets it over to Marshall, who just is able to keep that foot in bounds upon receiving the pass. Back to Jada, 1:40 to go here in the first, 2-point Brevard lead. Right side, Michaela Street, looking, Boyce up top, finds Marshall, thinking about the 3, instead gives it up to Street up top. Street stepping back, now goes back inside, stepping back once more. Boyce, free throw line, Petty-Wilkins, another 3-ball, can't hit. A bit too strong. 1:19 to go here in the first. Hawkins pass knocked away. Jada Petty-Wilkins and McKenna Parkins comes up with it. Alexis Marshall with the basketball now. 1:10 to go here in the first. Jada Petty-Wilkins will slow it down. Back to Marshall, right wing. Parkins up top. Over to Street left side. Corner. Jada and a travel. Jada was ready to put up the floater and did. It went through the net. But similar to Baber a moment ago, called for the travel beforehand. No basket. Lee and Boyce, 2 powerful presences. Should be a good battle down in the post here in this one. As Hawkins working some moves on Alexis Marshall, gives it up to Skylar Wade. Wade into the left corner over the head of Bellamy. And it looked like that pass hit some of the kids from the Boys and Girls Club, but they are unfazed. They're hype, talking trash down there here on Arby's Youth Night. 41 seconds and counting to go here in the first. 12-10 Brevard lead. 37 seconds remaining. Jada, Nalia, left elbow and a foul. Nalia getting hacked a little bit there. Be the 4th foul against Meredith. Each team with 4 fouls apiece. Jada from the baseline gives quickly to McKenna off the glass. McKenna Parkins makes it a 14-10 lead with under 30 seconds to go here in the first. Danae Hawkins looking for a backdoor pass. Skylar Wade goes up and a travel. A lot of travels early on here in this one. 22 seconds and counting. Jada looks like she might take it slow here. Try and get the last shot. Crosses over to her left. Gets a screen from Boyce into the corner to nobody. And it'll be an offensive foul against Jada there. Collision into a defender who was standing still. Didn't catch the knockdown, so can't tell you who it was. But regardless, without the offensive foul, it still would have been a turnover. Not an accurate pass from Jada there. 10 seconds to go. Danae Hawkins. Meredith down by 4. Hawkins trying to cross between defenders. Puts up a mid-range. Can't hit. Petty Wilkins with it. 3, 2, 1. Wilkins fires off the mark from half court. So at the end of the first, the Tornadoes leading at 14-10. A game that we saw stuck at 9-6 for a while up until late in that first quarter. The Tornadoes knocking down a couple of shots, including 2 3-pointers from Michaela Street and Jada Petty Wilkins. Back here in just a moment, Tornadoes leading by 4. Second quarter action coming right up here at the Bosch. Back here for the second. Tornadoes leading it by 4. It'll be Christina Roan, Michaela Street, Olivia Miller, Lexi Shepard, and China Pouncey. Started off here for Brevard. Barisha Jones, Danica Ray, Danae Hawkins, Emma Baber, and Piper Carrier, the 5 for Meredith. Underway here now in the second. Carrier has it on the left wing. Street switches onto her, looking for a pass. Hawkins can't get open. Instead, she'll go to the left to Barisha Jones. Barisha Jones around a screen, finds a crease, puts it up, blocked. Olivia Miller with the rejection. So Miller, not a whole lot so far scoring-wise, but a really nice pass earlier. And now the rejection as well. A rebound to boot with that. Only has put up 1 shot, did not hit it. As Lexi Shepard gives to Michaela Street. Street, long pass into the corner. China Pouncey, now Lexi Shepard. Street turns the shoulders, gives to Pouncey. China going to take a 3, just a bit strong off the right iron. But Lexi Shepard comes up with the long offensive rebound. Lexi looking for a pass. Street going to put up another 3, can't hit. Rebound there brought in by Danica Ray. As Carrier finds Baber, open court, Euro step, blocked once again. Olivia Miller with a couple of blocks to start things off here in the second. Lexi gives to Street, left wing, gives to Miller, 3 from the corner, good! Olivia Miller starting to heat up, putting her stamp on this second quarter early on. Had a double-double last night as Danae Hawkins tries to get by Lexi Shepard, stumbles a little bit on the pass, gives to Jones, and a foul. It'll be against Michaela Street. First foul of the second quarter against the NATOs, about a minute and a half in. Carrier gives into Baber, knocked away Roan, but Baber has it back. Up top, Danae Hawkins, left side Carrier. Guarded by China Pouncey, perhaps the most tenacious Brevard defender, and she forces a turnover. Go figure. Carrier tries to force a pass, goes out of bounds at the baseline to nobody. NATOs have opened up a 7-point lead, their largest of the night so far. Lexi Shepard up the left side, Thinks about Street, instead gives it to Pouncey. China to a cutting Roan. Goes inside, puts up the layup. Too strong. Offensive rebound, China Pouncey. No good. Gets her own rebound again. Puts it up and a foul. China Pouncey hits the ground hard. But number 4, just great hustle plays, great effort, and something we're so accustomed to seeing from China Pouncey is that extra effort. Got the offensive rebound, put it up, couldn't hit it. Got another offensive rebound, put it up through contact, drew a foul, and now she'll have 2 chances at the stripe here. China's first is a bit strong. See if she can salvage this trip, and she can. Second free throw good from China Pouncey, makes it an 8-point lead early on here in the second. Carrier, guarded by Christina Roan, moving through picks, trying to go inside and get position, stripped away by Roan, and it'll stay with Meredith. Last touched by Christina, much to the ire of the Tornado crowd, despite the fact it was the right call. Even I, as the NATO announcer, can admit. As Barisha Jones gets it, now Carrier on the corner. Pass knocked away, intended for Ray. Going up now, Jones can't get it. Another rebound by China Pouncey. China Pouncey got glass cleaner on right now. Into the corner. Christina Roan all alone. Too strong. Air ball. Barisha Jones has it now. Gives it to Carrier. Lexi Shepard applying pressure. Forces her to dump this one off to Jones. Once again, Roan hit with a hard screen. Going up, Jones can't hit off the side of the backboard. Now going inside, trying to find her teammate, and a foul. Tried to fit that one into Deja Morgan, and instead it'll be a foul on Olivia Miller. Carrier to inbound. Goes up top to Deja Morgan once more. Morgan going to go inside on Street, puts it up off the glass, wild shot, no good, rebound Olivia Miller. Olivia finding a pass, it's Lexi Shepard in the open court. Shepard, Roan, Street, mid-range jumper for the left side, no good. Offensive rebound, China Pouncey puts it right back in. China Pouncey, a menace on the glass right now. 7 rebounds already in half number 1 for China Pouncey. A timeout here. Tornadoes are now doubling up Meredith 20-10 in a game that they once trailed 9-6. Still over 7 minutes to go here in the second quarter. China Pouncey putting on a rebounding clinic, and we'll be back here in just a moment from the Bosch. 20-10 Tornadoes. Back out of the timeout here. Tornadoes leading at 20-10. Meredith basketball. It'll be Danica Ray to inbound. Tornadoes look to apply some pressure here out of the timeout, and Deja Morgan will receive the inbound. She'll get up the floor. Hard screen there by Ray at half court on Michaela Street. Now Morgan doubled off. Ray spinning around, going up on Miller, no good. Rebound out of the hands of China Pouncey. Hawkins gets it back, puts it up, no good. Rebound fought for, Street on the ground, knocked out of her hands, passes it up, and Shepard has it. And looks like it'll be a foul against Meredith. It will be against Barisha Jones. Michaela Street to inbound here to Christina Roan. Christina's still looking to get the scoring going so far in the year. Hasn't quite found her stroke yet. as Olivia Miller gives it right back to her. Michaela Street now going inside, loses the basketball, and a foul against Danae Hawkins. Roan to inbound here. 6:40 to go in half number one. Natos with a 10-point lead. Christina will go up top to Lexi Shepard. Pass, Street. Makes a move and a travel. An odd number of travel calls that we have seen so far here tonight. Tornadoes will continue to bring pressure on the inbound as Ray will look for Carrier and find her. Gives up to Hawkins. Danae Hawkins behind the back trying to work on Christina Roan. Now gives back to Carrier. A slew of Tornadoes about to check back in. Josie Hester, Nalia Boyce, Jada Petty-Wilkins, and Alexis Marshall all standing up as Ray gets the basketball once more. Pulls a free throw line jumper over Miller. No good. Rebound Michaela Street. Street, full head of steam up the court. She slows things down. Losing the basketball momentarily. Gives to Lexi Shepard, who goes inside, and another travel. Both teams having problems dribbling the ball before they take off, and actually an entirely new five. McKenna Parkins will slide into that group. So 5 new Tornadoes into the ball game. No pressure this time on the inbound. Carrier gives off to the right side, Deja Morgan. Guarded by Jada Petty-Wilkins. Gets a step, puts up a mid-range, no good. Rebound fought for, and Aaliyah Boyce has it, gives it off to Jada, and they're off and running. Jada, right side. Alexis Marshall, pump fakes, goes inside, puts it up, no good with the left hand, but a foul. That one will go against Barisha Jones as well. It's her second and the 5th for the Angels here in the second, still with 5:43 to go. So Tornadoes will now be in the bonus for the rest of the quarter as number 25, Marley Beam, checks back in for Meredith. Marshall's first free throw, a bit too much. No good there. And she misses both. Tornadoes 3 of 6 now on the night from the line so far. Danae Hawkins brings it up quickly on the right wing, guarded by Marshall. Going to move to her left around 2 screens. Steps back, free throw line J is good. Hawkins connects there and ends a long scoring drought for Meredith. And that one knocked away. Marshall does get it back. Jada Petty-Wilkins has it knocked away from her, and a steal for Meredith. Hawkins does not have numbers. 3-on-1, goes up anyways and gets it. So for the first 4.5 minutes of the quarter, Meredith did not score, and all of a sudden a couple of back-to-back buckets by Danae Hawkins have them a bit closer as Josie Hester dumps it off to Marshall, who takes some contact, no whistle, and it will be a foul against Danica Ray. Looks like both players took a little bit of punishment there. Ray wincing a little bit as Emma Baber will come back in, as well as Skylar Wade. 3 different Wade sisters on this team. Number 1, Riley Wade. Number 2, Kylie Wade. And number 3, who we just saw enter the game, Skylar Wade. Alexis Marshall will get 2 more free throws here after missing her first 2 attempts just a moment ago. Can't hit the third either. Alexis Marshall trying to find it at the free throw line, holding a 6-point lead with just under 5 minutes to go here in half number 1. Marshall connects on that one. So empty-handed on her first free throw trip, knocks down one of the 2, her second, as Deja Morgan gives to Baber. Trying to move quickly here is Meredith. Wade in the post, gives up top to Carrier. Guarded by Josie Hester, who's proven to be a very good defender so far early on in her time in Brevard. Baber on a cut, gets the ball, goes up over Boyce, blocked. McKenna Parkins comes down with it. Gives to Marshall, right side Marshall, leads Wilkins, pulls a mid-range from the left side, no good. Rebound hauled in by Wade, knocked out of her hands, and a foul. It'll go against Alexis Marshall. It's Marshall's first. Third Tornado foul of the quarter here. Tornadoes leading it by 7, 4:19 and counting to go. Carrier gives to Deja Morgan. Morgan, little jab step, stepping back, jumper, no good, too strong. Rebound hauled in. McKenna Parkins ripped out of her hands. Going up now, Beam, she gets the basket. So a little bit of a run here all of a sudden for Meredith. A 6-1 run as Hester dribbles it off her leg. Got to get it up past half court quickly, and she does. Josie now going to get to work. Gives to Nalia Boyce just inside the three-point line on the right side. It's knocked out of her hand. Boyce, Hester, going to fire a long three and will not touch any part of the rim there. It's already late in the shot clock. 6 seconds left on the 30, and now they're going to say it's still Brevard basketball. Got tipped. The shot was touched and impacted by the defender. Jada Petty-Wilkins with 6 on the shot clock. Gives back to Hester, and she'll be called for a travel. Tornadoes, a lot of travels here tonight so far. Ten turnovers for the Nados here in the first half. Not what Coach Hudson wanted to see, but still holding a lead. 5 points with 3:25 to go. Carrier firing a shot and knocks down the tray. So hold that thought, back to a 2-point game. A game the Nados seem to be cruising in, and now Coach Hudson wants a timeout with 3:15 remaining in the half, and we'll take one with him. Meredith all of a sudden going on a run here. It was a 6-0 Brevard run to start the quarter. Since then, a 9-1 run by Meredith. 21-19 Brevard, and we'll be right back here live from the Bosch on a Friday night. Back here with 3:15 remaining in half number 1 here at the Bosch. Tornadoes, their first conference matchup of the 2023-24 campaign. Holding a 2-point lead. It was larger a moment ago, and now a foul against Emma Baber right out of the timeout. Checking back in now is Barisha Jones as Baber will have a seat. 5th foul against Meredith, and Marshall will take her 3rd trip to the free throw line. 1 for 4 so far. Knocks down the first here. Trying to continue to ascend. Was 0 for 2, then 1 for 2, trying to knock them both down here. A few trips in succession here these last few minutes, and she does just that. Marshall able to knock down both free throws. And in comes Emma Lodge. Marley Beam will take a seat. Tornado lead back up to 4 with 3:09 and counting here in half number 1. Olivia Miller back in for the Tornadoes. And as Carrier will be fouled by Lexi Shepard. That's Lexi's 2nd foul. A quick whistle tonight so far from the refs. Not inherently a bad thing, but some refs may let him play as opposed to what we're seeing here tonight so far. Carrier trying to find an angle on Shepard, cannot. Now looking for a pass just on the left wing. Gives off to Barisha Jones. Right side Wade. Deja Morgan up top. Bounce pass down low, trying to get positioning on Parkins. No good. And that one knocked up in the air. Hester's pass deflected. Morgan has it, trying to go up over Lexi Shepard and Willow. So a turnover leading to a score. And it's back to a 2-point game. Olivia Miller left side and a travel. Another travel against the Tornadoes, and that's got to be at least 6 or 7 that we've seen already here in the first half. We've seen a few against Meredith as well, but that travel is being looked for and called by these officials here tonight. And Coach Hudson has got to be frustrated with his offense for continually doing that so far. Career gets a step on Shepard, and now a jump ball. Possession arrow will go back towards the Tornadoes. Carrier getting tangled up there. 2:10 to go. Lexi Shepard bringing it up right on the BC logo. Olivia Miller to her left. Trying to get past Deja Morgan and does. Gives to Miller. Now McKenna Parkins. Quiet so far offensively. Gives to Boyce down low. Who goes up off the glass? Nalia Boyce. 1:50 to go here. 25-21 Tornadoes, a low-scoring affair. Morgan thinks about the long two, instead gives to Carrier. Back to Morgan. Carrier once again. Hudson wants the travel call against Meredith as Brevard has been getting called for. He will not. 6 on the shot clock. Pressure from Shepard. Wade going to fire up a 3 from up top. No good. Hits off the left rim, and that one will go out of bounds. 1:24 to go here in the half, and China Pouncey will check back in. Pouncey with 7 rebounds here in the first half, 5 of them off the offensive glass. Tenacious once again by China Pouncey. That one knocked out by Deja Morgan. It'll stay with the Tornadoes. Miller looking for an inbound. She'll float it into Lexi Shepard with 1:15 to go. 25-21 Tornadoes. Lexi moving to her right. Thinks about Boyce. Instead gives to Parkins, who floats it into Nalia. Nalia turning around, looking for somebody up top. Miller, pump fake, step back. Pouncey, pass down low. Boyce able to handle it. Now she's fouled. 2 free throws coming here for Nalia Boyce with just under a minute to go here in half number 1. Caitlin Lee going to check back in for Meredith for this final minute or so. Christina Roan as well for Brevard. Two free throws coming for Nalia. Hits the first. And now cannot make the second. It's knocked out of bounds by McKenna Parkins. She wasn't so sure about that, but she will head back onto the defensive side. .52 seconds and counting. Down low, Lee. Backing down on Boyce on a travel. Gosh, if you took the over on travels tonight, you're looking good on your bet slip. That is not an endorsement of gambling, by the way. This is an NCAA program. 40 seconds remaining here in the first half. Miller fires a pass into Pouncey, who can't handle it. Now it's taken away by Wade, but knocked out of bounds, and they'll say Wade did not touch it. It will be Meredith basketball with 33.6 to go. Just under 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Danae Hawkins, going to get a screen from Lee. She'll go away from it. Working on Roan. Fires up a jumper long. Rebound, China Pouncey, her 8th. She's off and running. China going to slow things down here. Shot clock turned off. McKenna back to China. Going to put up a 3. Can't hit. Rebound, knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Brevard. Knocked out by Barisha Jones. 10.7 remaining here in half number 1. Tornadoes will get one more shot, at least. Roan from the baseline gives to Pouncey. Pouncey goes inside, turning around, back to Roan. 5 on the clock, puts it up wildly off the side of the glass. She'll touch it. Christina Roan cannot get her shot going right now. 0 for 3 so far here tonight. And that one's stolen. China Pouncey is fouled. China Pouncey continues to hustle. 8 rebounds here in half number 1. And now a steal to boot. And she'll get 2 free throws here to close out half number 1, holding a 5-point lead. Chance to bump it up to 7 as we head to the break. China too strong on the first. try and get the lead to 6. And China can't hit either one. That'll be the half. An empty trip to the line there from China Pouncey. Maybe an area the Tornadoes want to shore up in the second half, that free throw shooting. But nonetheless, holding a lead, albeit slim, at the half. 26-21 Tornadoes at the break. In just a moment, we will be back for the halftime report. Have some stats, thoughts, and analysis from the first half of action. But before that, we will have the Pisgah Dance Academy. You'll see here on your screen. Pisgah Dance Academy has been serving Transylvania County for 16 years and is thrilled to be a part of the Tornadoes halftime show. They will have 3 different dances coming here tonight. Speaking of, it is Arby's Youth Night here at the Bosch. All of us at Brevard College welcome our youth in attendance today, including some special guests in attendance, these dancers, as well as the 4th and 5th graders from the Sidney Platt Boys and Girls Club. Thank you for being here, Boys and Girls Club, and thank you, Arby's, as well as Cans across the conference. Congratulations to the SAC Student Athlete Advisory Committee for finishing in 3rd place in the USA South's annual Cans Across the Conference Food Drive competition. The Tornadoes collected a total of 3,220 cans and other non-perishable items that will be donated to the on-campus food pantry here at Brevard College and the Sharing House in Brevard. Great job, student athletes. And to finish it off before we go to break real quick, on behalf of over 500 student athletes, we would like to take this opportunity to recognize and thank all corporate sponsors for their generous support of Brevard College athletics for the 2023-24 season. This year's sponsors include Arby's, Augusta Fencing, Biltmore Church, BSN Sports, eGolf Ford of Brevard, D.H. Griffin, Hampton Inn, Ingalls, Jackson Wine Custom Contracting, Jets Pizza, Lake Toxaway Country Club, Movement Bank, UNC Health Party, Pepsi, Transylvania Treasures, Triangle Stop, and Young Transportation. Thank you, sponsors. Tornadoes lead at 26-21. Halftime here at the Bosch. Back here in just a few moments with final halftime thoughts, stats, and recap. 5-point lead for the Nados in their first conference matchup of the year. And we will be right back. Don't go anywhere, folks. Live from the Bosch Friday Night Hoops. Back at the Bosch, about 5 minutes away from second half action between the Tornadoes and the Angels. And the halftime report, taking a look here at a few different things. Neither team shooting the basketball exceptionally well. Tornadoes shooting at a slightly better clip, 32%, as opposed to 25.8% for the Avenging Angels of Meredith. Brevard is winning the rebound battle, and that was Coach Hudd's number one key to the game, was rebound, rebound, rebound. He put it in all caps on the little keys to the game sheet that he gave us. 24-17 advantage in rebounds for the Tornadoes. 12 turnovers over BC, and that was the number 2 point Coach Hudson gave us, was to take care of the ball, and they are not doing that so far. 12 turnovers, want to turn that around in the second half. 11 bench points for BC, including 9 different Tornadoes scoring. No one Tornado is really kind of lighting up the stat sheet scoring-wise, but 9 different players out of 10 that have checked in. The only player to not score so far that's checked in is Christina Roan. But other than that, the Tornadoes, a very balanced scoring effort. Haven't put up the most points that they're going to this season. Only 26 in the first half, but on the adverse of that, 21 points allowed. Really good defense for the Tornadoes, and also poor shooting, as we mentioned, by Meredith. But the Tornadoes, just for perspective, in game 1 scored 80 points. And while this isn't Bob Jones, only 26 at the half, on pace for roughly 50 through the game. So not quite the offensive output we're used to seeing from the Tornadoes, but still holding a lead at the moment. BC held a 20-10 lead. After that, a little Meredith run, got it close, got it within 2 points, but the Tornadoes were able to gain a little bit of breathing room just before the break. Now hold a 5-point lead, 26-21. China Pouncey, the leading scorer for the Tornadoes, 5 points for her, but the main thing that we noticed was China's defense. Actually, really, if you want to look at it, offense. I was going to say she has 8 rebounds, but 5 of those offensively. A steal as well for her, 2 of 5 from the field, 0 for 2 from beyond the arc. 1 of 4 only at the stripe, one area where the Tornadoes are going to want to fix themselves. Not shooting great from the free throw line, 7 of 14 from the stripe. As a matter of fact, only 50%. Definitely want to get that clip up. And for Meredith, Piper Carrier has been the leading damage maker with 8 points for the Avenging Angels. That's going to just about wrap it up for the halftime show. Tornadoes leading at 26-21, about 2.5 minutes away from second half action. We'll be back bringing that to you here live from the Bosch. Back in just a moment. Back out of the half, Tornadoes holding a 5-point lead. Just about ready to get the second half underway here at the Bosch. Looks like it'll be Skylar Wade, Danica Ray, Danae Hawkins, as well as Emma Lodge and Barisha Jones. So no carrier to start half number 2, the leading scorer for Meredith to this point. It'll be Hester, Boyce, Miller, Pouncey, and Shepard. Unlike Meredith, the Tornadoes will go with the same starting 5 they began the game with. And Meredith will start things off with the ball. China Pouncey nearly with another steal right off the rip, and instead it'll be a foul 2 seconds into the second half on China Pouncey. Got some Tornado football coaches in the building. See defensive coordinator / general manager Martin Bayless, as well as DB coach Ladarius Wiley in the building. 2 legends in their own right. Hawkins with the ball, gives to Wade. Into the corner, Jones fires up a 3 and knocks it down. Barisha Jones gets the scoring going right out of the gate here in half number 2. Lexi Shepard, Brevard's first turn on offense here in the second half. Miller gives to Boyce off the glass, no good. Another offensive rebound, China Pouncey. That's her 6th offensive board. Miller has it off the pass, gives to Hester. Josie thinks about the 3, now instead goes up top. Olivia Miller goes to her right, putting it up off the glass, just a bit strong. Another offensive rebound for China Pouncey, but a foul. They're going to call an over-the-back foul against China Pouncey, who will now have to go take a seat. China does already have 10 rebounds in the ball game. Couple of questionable calls on her, though, here. 4 personal fouls already for China. Hawkins gives it to Jones. Back to Hawkins once more. Finds a cutting Wade. Goes up over Boyce. Too strong, no good. Olivia Miller with the rebound. Olivia brings it up the middle. Tries to go coast to coast. Now past the street. Goes inside. Puts it up. No good. 2-point game early on here in the third. And will be another travel against Meredith this time. And correction, I believe that may have been China's 3rd, not 4th. That's Lexi Shepard working on Hawkins on the right side. Gets a crease, now picked up by Ray. Gives to Boyce. Left side, Josie Hester. Jab step, stepping back now. Floats it into Boyce, who can't handle it. Off the hands of Boyce over towards the BC cheerleaders. And a Tornado turnover here early in the second half. 2-point ball game, 26-24. Hawkins working left to right on Lexi Shepard. Step back from the free throw line. Catches nothing but air there. Ray tries to save it and tosses it right to Olivia Miller. Puts her head down. Nice little move there. Miller can't finish. Barisha Jones with the rebound. Now Hawkins, long pass inside, going up, no good there by Lodge. Boyce, pass to Hester. Josie has a one-on-one, goes inside, pass, Street, takes a second, puts it up, no good. Way short on that off the glass. I don't think she got any of the rim there. Hawkins over to Lodge, trying to corral it, just in the corner, loses it, and it will stay with Meredith, knocked out by an Aaliyah Boyce. Wade inbounds to Career. Gets Street out of her shoes, puts up a shot and misses short. Now Lexi pushing the tempo here. Pass to her left. Hester, Josie goes inside, up top Miller. 3-ball, Olivia Miller with the basket. Knocks down the triple. She's got 6. Gives Brevard a little bit more cushion here. 5-point lead about 3 minutes into the second half. Carrier going down low, Ray. Mishandles for a second. Tries to go up over Boyce and is blocked. And last touched by Ray. It'll be Brevard basketball. Nalia Boyce on the defensive end. Miller trying to get the sign from Coach Hudson and does now. Shepard. Hester. Miller still a little bit confused, it looks like, on the play call as Hester hands off to Street. Street goes inside through traffic, short on the layup, and that one is going to be out of bounds on Meredith. Trying to save it there was Morgan Bellamy. Could not do so, stepping out. Now Lexi Shepard will inbound. Bit of a discussion here now between the officials. Not sure what it is. Still nothing figured out yet. And just telling her to reset the shot clock. Shepard into the corner to Nalia Boyce. Finds a cutting Hester off the glass. Josie Hester. Bit of a quiet scoring night for Josie. As in now is Kylie Wade for the first time. She's got the basketball. Tries to go down low to Ray. Has the ball on the floor. A pass and a travel. Moved around on the floor and called for a travel. We have seen a lot of those tonight. 4 points for Josie Hester, by the way, now after that basket. Hester is averaging 13 the first 2 games coming into tonight as Michaela Street gets it right in front of her own bench. Gives to Hester. Down low, Boyce. Perfect pass. Left-hand finish off the window. Nalia Boyce with another basket. Carrier trying to find space. Now directing the play. Gives to Barisha Jones, who loses the basketball. Stripped. Michaela Street. A one-on-one race to the basket, and Street will win it and get the foul. And one, Michaela Street. NATO's going on a bit of a run here now, holding a 9-point lead, 11 scoreboard going all crazy on us. Apologies. 10 or 11-point lead. Goodness gracious, folks. I'm sorry. That scoreboard was changing by the second. 11-point lead with a free throw once we get out of the timeout. 35-24 NATO's. Just over 5.5 to go here in half number 2. Back here in just a moment from the Bosch. .541 to go here in the third. Just about 4.5 minutes into second half action at the Bosch. 11-point lead for the Tornadoes after the basket from Michaela Street. Now a chance for a 3-point play for Michaela Street. She's got 5 points and cannot knock down the free throw. Couldn't finish the shooter's roll there as Lexi Shepard applying pressure on Carrier up the court. Moving to her left, Carrier, turning around, looking for somebody. Free throw line, Bellamy stepping back, fires a wild pass over to Kylie Wade. Tries to fire a pass, goes off of Olivia Miller's leg. Now Carrier has it up top once more. Around a screen, picked up by Shepard. Backdoor, Bellamy, no good, and Wade right there for the putback basket. Michaela Street weaving in and out, looking for a pass, wide open. Boyce off the glass, can't finish. Just a bit short on the layup there. Gonna want that one back. Bellamy working on Hester, fires up a wild shot, can't connect on anything there, but Michaela Street not able to handle the rebound cleanly. She steps on the baseline, will be out of bounds, and we'll give it right back to Meredith. And a timeout now with 4:50 to go in half number one. We'll see what kind of changes both these coaches make coming out of the timeout. We'll stay here. 9-point Tornado lead, 4:50 to go here in the third. So far, Tornadoes outscoring Meredith 9-5 here in the third quarter. Was 9-3 up until just a second ago when Kylie Wade knocked down that layup to make it 35-26. The Tornadoes have won every quarter to this point. Looking for more of the same here in the third. See Coach Hudson in the huddle with his team, talking things over, surely reiterating some of those keys to the game that we mentioned earlier: rebounding, taking care of the basketball, defending without fouling. Those are really his three main pointers that he gave to us before the game. And so far, the Tornadoes could do a little bit better job on a couple of those, but all in all, a good showing so far from Coach Hudson's squad. As Bellamy looks to inbound, tries to fit it into Ray and cannot. Michaela Street with a steal. Looks for a pass. Miller leads her a bit too far, but Olivia able to corral it. Now looking for Lexi Shepard. That one is taken away. Bethea with the steal. Bellamy up the court to Carrier. Carrier coming up the right side, picked up by Lexi Shepard. Pass down low to Ray, spinning around, going up off the glass, and a foul. We'll see if that's against Street or Boyce. Looks like it'll be against Nalia Boyce. That's Nalia's first. Third team foul here of the third. Danica Ray fires and hits the first shot. Eight-point ball game with 4:31 to go in the third. Ray fires the second one and hits. Danica Ray, the senior forward, knocks down both of her free throws, and in comes Jada Petty-Wilkins, who will receive the inbound from Olivia Miller. Jada comes up the right side, pressure applied by Bethea, now gives to Michaela Street on the right wing. Fighting, goes up top Hester. On the left elbow, Olivia Miller takes a dribble, fires a mid-range, a bit too strong. Rebound, McKenna Parkins, goes up through contact, no whistle. Carrier up top. Left side, Bellamy. On the wing, now gives to Kylie Wade. Down low, Ray going inside, putting it up, and another foul. So the lead, 7 points as it sits right now for Brevard, but Danica Ray, who just knocked down a pair of free throws, will get two more here. Ray with 4 points. Puts up the first free throw and hits it. And I will say, Meredith, their bench is good at getting loud. They're creating a lot of noise down there from that bench area for a roster not as big as Brevard's. And another made free throw for Danica Ray, much to the excitement of that Meredith bench. She's got 6 points, and now in comes Marley Beam for Kylie Wade. Jada will bring it up, left side, guarded by Bethea. Now Olivia Miller whips one inside, Street, and that's a charge. Michaela Street got the pass, aggressively dropped her shoulder like a running back, and gets called for the offensive foul. NATO's leading by 6, 3:38 and counting to go as Carrier tries to scoot inside and too strong on the shot. Street with the rebound. Gonna go inside herself. Puts it up left hand. Gets good. Michaela Street, 7 points for her. Now leading the scoring for Brevard as Carrier trying to get around a screen. Street guarding her. Danica Ray has it up top. Looking for a pass. It's knocked away. Looking for Marley Beam. Bellamy now going to fire up. Can't hit the three. Michaela Street with a long rebound. Gives off to Olivia Miller. Miller, long pass on the left side. Hester all alone. Goes up. Easy layup. Quick 4-0 run for the Tornadoes. He's got the lead back up to 10. Carrier gets picks on either side. Now pressured by Michaela Street as she chooses to go right, and a foul. Another foul here against Michaela Street. That's her third foul. And you got to assume that's who Lexi Shepard is coming to get, and it is. See Destiny Williams down there. Former Brevard College women's basketball legend, giving a couple tips to Michaela Street as she heads to the bench. First free throw for Carrier is good. Meredith in the bonus now for the rest of the third. Both free throws good for Carrier. And Meredith doing a much better job knocking down their free throws, albeit a lower sample size, as there's a foul against Bethea, much to her disbelief. And you see the Tornado crowd starting to get more and more into it the more that Meredith's bench gets into it. Olivia Miller inbounds to Shepard. Right side, Petty Wilkins. Up top, McKenna Parkins, who will hand off to Josie Hester. Hester goes right, picked up, goes up off the glass. It's good. Josie Hester bodying the Meredith defender and getting the easy two. At least making it look easy. Back to a 10-point lead with 2:13 to go in the third. Going inside Bellamy. Pass misfired for Beam. Lexi Shepard out in the open. Can they catch her? They cannot. 12-point lead, and the NATO's starting to bust it open here in the third. Timeout Meredith. 12-point Brevard lead, just under 2 minutes to go here in quarter number 3. Back here in just a moment from the Bosch. 43-31 in favor of your Tornadoes. Just past the 2-minute mark here in quarter number 3. NATO's leading it by 12. Tornadoes will send the same unit back out there. It'll be Marley Beam as well as Skylar Wade, Carrier, Bethea, and Lodge, as that one is stolen. Hester, open court, just misses the layup. Rebound fought for Jada Petty Wilkins. They go up for it, and the possession arrow will stay with Brevard. Coach Donald Hudson yelling out the call. Lexi Shepard to inbound here. Into the corner, McKenna Parkins in a tight window, able to haul that one in. Miller up top to Shepard. Lexi Over to Hester herself. Has some space. Bounce pass. Parkins off the glass. Can't finish. Knocked out of bounds by McKenna Parkins. McKenna, frustration setting in for her. Thought it was NATO ball. You can tell, once again, a little bit frustrated is McKenna Parkins as Carrier gives it off to Lodge. Trying to work past Olivia Miller. She'll put it up and will get it. Got a little bit of space and got past number 10. Now Shepard finding Parkins, turning around, going up, can't hit, through contact. Parkins wanted a foul and now really starting to get annoyed with the officiating here as Shepard goes for the ball, can't knock it out, but does force Carrier to pick up her dribble. Lodge fires up a three, air balls, rebound picked up by Wade, and tries to throw it back in at Hester. But it will be a foul against Josie Hester. Call a push against number 15, and as we said, Meredith in the bonus, so they'll get 2 free throws here. First free throw is good by Wade. So Wade gets both of her first 2 points via the free throw. Not 8-point lead for Brevard with under a minute to go here in the third. Josie Hester handles the basketball, gives to McKenna Parkins on the left wing. Number 24 looking for a cutter, tries to find Shepard and turns it over. Carrier working on Lexi Shepard now, trying to lose her, cannot. Instead, a pass over to the right side, Lodge, and a travel. And the referee having some sort of discussion here with Lodge. Didn't like whatever she had to say. 27 seconds and counting here. Shepard to Miller. Back turn to the defender now, gives to Hester. Josie moving to her left, gets a screen from Parkins. Step back jumper is good from beyond the arc. Josie Hester. 3 ball, 6 seconds left here in the third. Floater by Carrier, no good. Rebound knocked out of the hands of Beam by Hester, but last touched by Beam as Hester, or rather Miller, will inbound this, and Lexi Shepard will just let the last 1.5 seconds roll off the clock. NATO's leading by 11 as we head to the fourth, 46-35. Really good offensive showing there in the quarter with 20 points put up in the third by the NATO's. 46-35. Back here in just a moment for the final frame of action here at the Bosch. Fourth quarter of action here at the Bosch. It's winning time for the NATO's, holding a double-digit lead as we enter the final quarter of action between the Meredith Avenging Angels and the Brevard College Tornadoes. Remember, last year, once again, was the first matchup between these two teams, or first year that these two teams have matched up, faced each other twice. Tornadoes won the first matchup, Meredith won the second. Tornadoes looking to win the first matchup of this season as well here on their home floor as the backdoor pass is knocked away and stolen by China Pouncey on the first defensive possession by the NATO's. Pouncey gives to Christina Roan, who's had a quiet night. Now Josie Hester Pass up top. Olivia Miller. Another three ball. Hits again. Her second one from deep here tonight. She's got 10. Second NATO into double figures. And the lead's up to 14. Going up and getting blocked there. Miller. Another putback here by Meredith is good. This time by Marley Beam. Roan clearing them out. Has the left side. Gets an angle. Picked up though. Gives to Boyce. Nalia. Couple of hard dribbles. Now the ball's knocked out of her hands. Carrier tries to save it and cannot. It'll roll out over by the NATO bench. It'll stay with Brevard. Olivia Miller to inbound. About a minute into this fourth. That one is intercepted. Deja Morgan. Morgan does not have numbers. She'll slow it down, fire up a jumper, and hit it just in front of the free throw line. Christina Roan going to go inside again. Pass. Nalia Boyce. Free throw line jumper is good off the roll. Back to a 12-point lead. About a minute and a half in to this final quarter. Up top, Carrier. Morgan. Step back three. No good. Strong. Rebound. Oh, Christina Roan. Bit of a hard collision there with Morgan. And Roan tries to help her out. Morgan not having any part of it. Gets up on her own strength. Doesn't even look over at Roan. Now Miller inbounds to Roan. Working on Bethea. Nice little move. Roan showing off the handles to start this fourth quarter. Miller tries to put on a move of her own. Pass to Boyce. Deflected and taken away by Marley Beam. Tornadoes maybe getting a little bit careless with the basketball here in the fourth early on as Bethea able to get by Roan. Bethea has a crease. Floats it up. Too strong off the glass. Roan with the rebound gives to Olivia Miller. Miller, left side, Pouncey. Turns around. Boyce, long two is short. Rebound by Wade. Skylar Wade with the board there. Have to clarify because Meredith has three different Wades. Danae Hawkins getting ready to check back in as Carrier. Going around the screen, goes around another one now. Fires a three and air ball. And the crowd lets her know it. Skylar Wade will pop out as well as Deja Morgan. Emma Baber will come in with Hawkins. An immediate timeout here. Coming at the Bosch. About 2.5 minutes in to the fourth. Back in just a moment here. NATO's leading it by 12. Back here with 7:24 to go in quarter number 4. Tornadoes holding a strong 51-39 lead. It'll be Olivia Miller to inbound here to Christina Roan. Christina gets it. Bethea chasing after her. A little behind the back there by Roan. Gives to China Pouncey on the right wing. China up top to Olivia. Left side, Roan. Left elbow, Boyce. Jumper too strong. Another offensive rebound for Pouncey. And she goes up and gets fouled. 2 free throws coming here for China. Pouncey with her 11th rebound. 8th offensive rebound. First free throw no good by China Pouncey. That is the one area that we can say China has struggled with tonight, is from the free throw stripe. As she is now 1 for 6, misses both of them once again. Danae Hawkins brings it up for Meredith. 7:03 to go. NATO's holding a 12-point lead. Not quite out of the woods yet, but looking good as it stands. Hawkins, right side, Carrier, down low, through the hands of Baber. She can't save it. It'll be going the Tornadoes' way. 51-39 Tornadoes, just under 7 minutes to go in this one. Miller lofts one in to China Pouncey, who goes to her right, guarded by Hawkins. Getting a screen from Nalia Boyce, gives it up to Miller. Olivia dishes to Josie Hester, who gets picked up, floats it back over to Miller. Nobody was home. Olivia Miller with another basket. She's got 11. Had a double-double last night. Won't have a double-double here tonight, I don't think, with only 4 rebounds so far. But 5 blocks as well. An impressive first couple of games for Miller, and Baber wasn't ready for the pass. Here comes Olivia once again. Miller puts it up, no good. Gets her own rebound, no. Beam able to strip it away from Miller, and now here comes Danae Hawkins, 6:06 to go. Whips a pass again through the hands of Emma Baber. Emma Baber not receiving great passes, but also not looking very sure-handed either. Barisha Jones and Danica Ray check back in with 6 minutes to go. NATO's leading by 14. Christina Roan on the left wing, pressured by Bethea. Little half spin, gives it to Pouncey up top. China. Miller, back to China. Finds Olivia once more. Down low, Boyce. Doubled quickly. Finds Hester. 4-3. Good! Josie Hester makes it a 17-point lead with just over 5.5 to go. Hawkins moves to her right, tries to put it up over Boyce, and does. Nice shot there by Danae Hawkins. She's got 6. Pouncey over to Miller. 5:15, Miller crossing over to her right, through contact, gives it up to Pouncey behind her. Nalia, free throw line, corner, Christina Roan, driving inside, Boyce once more. Hester thinks about another 3, now moves to her left, has a wide open layup and gets it. Hester all of a sudden has exploded this half scoring-wise. As Ray gets the ball, gives it up to Hawkins, stolen by Christina Roan. Roan up the left side, gives to Hester. Josie, maybe a heat check, no, gives it to Boyce, turning around, going up off the glass, and she's fouled. 16 points for Josie Hester tonight, 14 of them in the second half. Coming alive here in half number 2 is number 15. And speaking of number 2, Michaela Street will check back in for the NATOs, as well as Jada Petty-Wilkins. China Pouncey, Olivia Miller, and Christina Roan will all take a seat. Looks like Lexi Shepard back in there as well, as Nalia misses the first free throw. Really impressive offensive showing in the second half for the NATOs. Still 4.5 minutes to go. They've put up 32.5. Only had 26 in half number 1 as a whole. Nalia does knock down the second free throw. Lead up to 18. Bethea guarded on the right wing by Jada Petty-Wilkins, and the NATOs trying to put the finishing touches on this one. Baber gets the basketball, floats a pass, intercepted. Michaela Street. Street, 3 defenders around her, trips over the ball, and it will be Meredith ball. Street kind of got tangled up between defenders, and the ball rolled between her legs. Coach Hudson does not like the call, and he's saying the ball hit Street's foot. Now Coach Hudson asking for an explanation from a different official. Didn't want to hear what the first one had to say. Inbound here to Hawkins. Now Carrier. 4:13 to go. NATO's leading at 69-40, or 59-41 rather. That one in and out. Ray goes up and gets the 2. Lead still sitting at 16 with 4 minutes to go. A couple more good possessions, and this thing will be all she wrote. Lexi Shepard. Over to Jada. Up top, Michaela Street. Lexi on the left wing now. Redirecting Street. Up top, Hester. Josie dribbling between the legs. Looks to her left. Now floats it into Boyce. Nalia backing down. Turning around. Off the glass. No good. Rebound, Hester. Goes up. It's good. Josie Hester with a bit of a shove after the play, too. She's got 16 second half points. This one ripped away by Lexi Shepard, but recovered by Hawkins. Hawkins, carrier. Desperation time for Meredith. Behind the three-point line, Hawkins can't handle it. Does retain it, however. Loses it once more. Now gives to Bethea up top. Knocked away. Jada Petty-Wilkins with the steal. Jada puts it up, and no good but a foul. 3:06 to go. The NATO's holding an 18-point lead and a chance to add even more here. Olivia Miller will check back in with 3:06 to go. Remember, the NATO's won their first home game by 20, now leading this one by 18. A chance to get it to 20 off the 2 free throws from Jada Petty-Wilkins coming up. But how about Josie Hester in the second half? 2 first half points. Realized she needed to do a bit more, and she did a lot more. 16 points in the second half for Hester. Jada knocks down the first free throw. Josie, 3 rebounds as well, 4 assists and a steal. So pretty good night for number 15 in her 3rd career game in the blue. And Jada Wilkins knocks down free throw number 2. The lead's up to 20. Bethea over to Carrier. NATO's pulling away here in the 4th. Really in the second half as a whole, and a foul called against Olivia Miller for reaching over. It'll be Meredith ball. Olivia's second foul, only the first of the period for the Tornadoes with 2:57 remaining. Quick pass into Ray, puts it up off the glass, it's good. Tornado defense was still communicating, was not ready for that. As Shepard races up the floor, pumps the brakes real quick, pass to Miller, goes inside, puts it up, Olivia Miller! Miller and Hester, the duo performing really well in their first 2 games together. Deja Morgan with the basketball, puts up a little mid-range and hits. Meredith trying to answer here late, but it's not going to be good enough. Tornadoes up 18 with 2:15 to go. Lexi Shepard up top to Jada, turns the corner, gives off to Miller. Left alone on the left side, too strong on the jumper. Offensive rebound, Michaela Street. 10 on the shot clock. Street up top through the hands of Hester, and Jada won't be able to track this one down. It's another Tornado turnover. 22nd Tornado turnover, but Meredith at 26. 10 turnovers in the second half for the Tornadoes has not bit them at all. Up 18. Tornadoes outscoring Meredith 39-26 in the second half as Jada with another steal. Petty-Wilkins charging to the basket, puts it up, it's good. 20-point lead, 1:43 to go. This thing is history. All that's left is for the clock to hit triple zeros. Bethea goes inside on Miller, puts it up wildly off the glass, can't hit. Miller between defenders, bringing it up the floor, looks to her left, pass, Wilkins, no good. Offensive rebound, Miller puts it up, no good. Rebound knocked over to Carrier, 1:20 to go. NATO's still playing hard. Shepard going for the steal, can't get it. Carrier picks up her dribble, up top Wade, a 3, good. Skylar Wade knocks down the tray. 1:05 to go, 67-50 lead for the Tornadoes. Danae Hawkins getting ready to check in for these final few moments. Lexi loses her defender, now moves to her right. Street gonna put up a 3, can't hit. Rebound off the hands of Olivia Miller, and it'll stay with Brevard as Carrier stepped out. trying to get the possession going. Hawkins comes in now, 47.9 to go. NATO's leading it by 17. Shepard into the corner, Olivia Miller. Fakes, puts up a floater, too strong. Miller only 5 of 13 from the field, but 13 points as well as 6 rebounds and 5 blocks. A great showing once again for Miller, who had a double-double last night. Skylar Wade is going to be called for a travel. 30 seconds to go. A tenth of a second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Street. Inbounds to Shepard. Hawkins still applying pressure. And Shepard going to go between defenders. Corner. Petty Wilkins. 3-ball. No good. Deep pass down the floor. Nearly taken away by Miller. Instead, Hawkins handles it. Working on Street. Trying to get another basket here for Meredith. It does not matter. Putting up another 3 and hitting again is Skylar Wade. 6 points here in the last couple seconds by Wade. She has 8. Lexi Shepard's going to dribble this thing out, and the Tornadoes are going to pick up their second win of the season in 3 tries. Both wins coming here at the Bosch. This one on a Friday night. 67-53 final score here for the Tornadoes as we head to 2-1. Tornadoes in action once again Tuesday night. Back here at home against the Warren Wilson Owls. Both them and the Brevard College men's teams will be taking on the Owls on Tuesday night as we head towards Thanksgiving break. Back here in just a moment for final stats, thoughts, and recap. Tornadoes with a big win here at home in their first conference matchup of the season. Don't go anywhere, folks. Back here in just 1 second. Back here at the Bosch, Tornadoes with a 67-53 victory over the Meredith Avenging Angels. Tornadoes get an early leg up in conference, 1-0 in USA South Conference play. And the real story tonight is the duo of Josie Hester and Olivia Miller. Keep in mind that McKenna Parkins isn't fully healthy yet and just began resuming basketball activities after finishing volleyball season just last week. No days off for McKenna Parkins, but aside from her, Hester and Miller have played 2 games together, one last night in the loss against Guilford and one tonight here in the victory against Meredith. 61 points between the two in 2 games, as well as 26 rebounds for Hester. She only had 2 points at the half, 16 second half points, as well as 4 assists through the game to finish with 18 and 4. And coming into the night was averaging 13 a game. Surely that's going to get a bump up after that. And then Olivia Miller, the reigning USA South Rookie of the Year, last night had a double-double with 14 and 11. Tonight, 13 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 blocks. Speaking of rebounds, China Pouncey, only 5 points for her, but 11 rebounds as well as 8 off the glass for her. Team-wise, Tornadoes shot just under 40% on the night, 38.5. Meredith shooting just under 32%. NATO's winning the rebound battle tonight, 47-39, which was Coach Hudson's #1 key to the game. Maybe limit the turnovers a bit more next time. 22 turnovers for the Tornadoes, but 19 bench points on the night for Brevard, and a lot of different scorers. 9 different scorers to be exact for the Tornadoes. The only Tornado that played without scoring was Christina Roan. Everybody else had a hand in this one scoring-wise, and the Tornadoes, as a result, walking away with a 14-point win at home. So far in 2 home games, the NATOs are averaging a margin of victory of 17 points. NATOs winning this one 67-53. Back in action on Tuesday night as both Brevard College basketball teams take on Warren Wilson. And speaking of the men's basketball team, tune in if you're interested. The NATOs playing on the road, just about to tip off, 8 o'clock tip time in Birmingham, Alabama against BSC. We will see you Tuesday night as both NATO teams take on Warren Wilson. NATOs with a victory tonight, 67-53. Until next time, I am Brady Penn. Let's go, NATOs.